Well, good morning, everyone. Hope this day finds you well. It is an absolute great day to be alive, and it certainly beats the alternative all day long. Good morning. It's time to rise and shine in Montgomery, Alabama. And as you rise and shine this morning, let's see what the weatherman has for us today. Okay. Right now, outside in the city of Montgomery, it is 60 degrees outside. There is a heat wave amongst us. Outstanding. Maybe Alabama Power is the only one that's going to get mad about this. Everybody else will be happy. All right, then. Anyway, good morning to you. 60 degrees outside. High today at 73 degrees. Low tonight, 44 degrees. Partly cloudy most of the day. Okay, unless something changes that I don't know about. Cloudy this morning and showers during the afternoon. High around 73 degrees. Winds west northwest at 5 miles per hour. Chance of rain today, 50%. On tonight, we got a low of 44 degrees. Again, another heat wave among us. We appreciate it. 6% chance of precipitation on tonight. A shower is possible early. Few clouds. But other than that, a pretty great day. On tomorrow, according to the weatherman, mainly sunny. That means not always sunny. Okay. High 68 degrees. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that's your weather. Precipitation right now, it's about 47% chance you get a little slight rain. Pollen, no issue with pollen right now. Air quality is absolutely fantastic. And UV index is moderate. That's because the sun's not really all the way out today. It just the sun's hanging around, but it's not really causing any problems. Of course, I can't really say that the sun ever caused any problems. I've never tried living without it. So, okay, I'm good. So, great day to be alive. A great, fantastic day to be alive. And of course, this time of day, it's time for our daily bread. But after we get done with the intro, okay, and we'll come back with all the great things that we talk about around here. Listen, did anybody see the? Um, I know some of you did see um, the state of the city misses last night. I'm going to tell you guys something about this. Now, I've been here for 35 years. I've listened to these things, and most of the time, yeah, 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 yeah. A little yeah, yeah, like, for the most part, that was the best one I had, and it came from a Democrat. That was the best one I have seen since I have been here. And I'm just saying, I was proud of my city last night. I mean, we got some issues like everybody else, but I'm gonna get to some parts of it that I thought were absolutely fantastic. Some of those things would never happen had it not been for me on the radio. But I'll tell you what those things were when we get back. But anyway, it's time to rise and shine because it is a great day. One more, one more day to be on top of the ground.
We change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that.
I'm waiting for somebody with all of these AI people out here, I'm waiting for somebody to come up with me another intro song.
In the quiet of the morning light,
Okay, so I'll probably wait a while on
raised high in pure delight.
Anyway, good morning to all of you. Hope this day finds you well. Next up, it is our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take, for the love that heals and the joy you make in the tapestry of life. I see your grace, every moment filled with your warm embrace. Through valleys deep and mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight.
God has rescued us from the cages of death. We can run free. Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading, titled Freed from Our Cage, was written by Win Collier. While out taking walks, writer Martin Laird would often encounter a man with 4 Kerry Blue Terriers. 3 of the dogs ran wild through the open fields, but one stayed near its owner, running in tight circles. When Laird finally stopped and asked about this odd behavior, the owner explained that it was a rescue dog that had spent most of his life locked in a cage. The terrier continued to run in circles as though contained inside a confined box. The scriptures reveal that we're trapped and hopeless unless God rescues us. The psalmist in Psalm 18 spoke of being afflicted by an enemy and trapped by the snares of death, with the cords of death coiled around him. Enclosed and shackled, he cried to God for help, and with thundering power, he reached down and took hold of him. God can do the same for us. He can break the chains and release us from our confining cages. He can set us free and carry us out into a spacious place. How sad it is, then, when we keep running in small circles, as if we're still confined in our old prisons. In His strength, may we no longer be bound by fear, shame, or oppression. God has rescued us from those cages of death. We can run free. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Psalm 18, verses 3 through 6 and 16 through 19. I called to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I have been saved from my enemies. The cords of death entangled me. The torrents of destruction overwhelmed me. The cords of the grave coiled around me. The snares of death confronted me. In my distress, I called to the Lord. I cried to my God for help. From His temple He heard my voice. My cry came before Him into His ears. And now here's verses 16 through 19. He reached down from on high and took hold of me. He drew me out of deep waters. He rescued me from my powerful enemy, from my foes who were too strong for me. They confronted me in the day of my disaster, but the Lord was my support. He brought me out into a spacious place. He rescued me because He delighted in me. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, thank You for reaching out to us in the bondage of our sin and making a way for us to be set free, no longer slaves to our sin. Help us to use our freedom wisely, not as a license to sin, but as those who understand that to continue in that life is to return to slavery and reject You. Please fill us with Your Spirit today. Thank You, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
If y'all listen real closely, you'll hear my granddaughter in there, okay? Okay. She got the pipes. All right, I got it. I got it. Okay. All right, we're good. Let me turn back up. Somebody sent me something this morning, and normally when I get all these things sent in, you gotta pick out what you want to do, which one you don't want to see. But now I'm gonna give Camilla a prop today. She sent me something about one of our former representatives who's no longer with us that I think needs to be mentioned. See, it is not that I'm against Black History Month, Black History Week. I'm against regurgitating the same things every year without acknowledging that we are not necessarily where we used to be. Are we where we want to be? Probably not. Will we ever be where we want to be? Probably not. Okay. I'm just saying. Put my picture back. Oh, my bad. Let me put my. Okay, there. I still look kind of good. So for an old guy. Okay. So not that I'm against celebrating, Black History Month or Black History Week, whichever one you want to call it. But here's something right here that I think, and too often, and too often, um, we do have a tendency to, shall I say, forget our heroes, forget our heroes, and here's one by the young man born 1939 to 1920, uh, Alvin Adolph Holmes. Now the Adolph thing, I don't know where that came from. I would think during the time he was born in 1939 the old Hitler guy was out there, kind of being well known. But how that be that as it may, just to give this man some props this morning. Alvin Adolph Holmes, born 1939 to 2020, was more than a politician. He was a civil rights foot soldier turned lawmaker who spent over 4 decades fighting for justice inside the Alabama State House. Born and raised in Montgomery, Alabama, Holmes came up during an age of civil rights movement. And as a young man, he marched with Dr. Martin Luther King, worked with organizations like the NAACP and the SCLC, and carried the movement spirit straight into the Alabama politics world. In 1974, I was 17, trying to figure out where I was going. Holmes was elected to the Alabama House of Representatives, becoming one of the first Black lawmakers elected after Reconstruction. He would go on to serve 44 years, from 1974 to 2018, making him the longest serving member of the Alabama House history, representing House District 78 in Montgomery, Alabama. Some of the things he is credited with: removing the ban on interracial marriage, which I don't know whether that was there anyway, establishing the MLK Day in Alabama in 1981. Holmes introduced legislation to recognize Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday as a state holiday, at a time when many Alabama lawmakers resisted honoring King. Why, I don't know. Holmes kept pushing, though. His work helped lead to Alabama officially recognizing King through what became Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Okay, embedding civil rights history into the state's calendar. Removing the Confederate flag from the Capitol. One of Holmes's most visible victories came in 1993, when the Confederate battle flag was removed from atop the Alabama state capitol. Through lawsuits and legislative pressure, Holmes challenged a symbol long associated with the segregation of racial terror. Its removal marked a major shift in Alabama's public symbols and identity. Expanding the definition of civil rights. Now, there me and him have to have a conversation, because now we think that everybody who wants, because they want, we're going to leave that alone. Expanding the definition of civil rights. Holmes sponsored multiple bills to add sexual orientation. He was wrong on that one. To Alabama hate crimes laws. Though the legislation did not pass, it was groundbreaking in a state where such protections were rarely discussed, and they still should be rarely discussed. What you decide to do, you and Bubba Jean, you and Betty Jean, or you and Bubba, whatever y'all tried to do in your bedroom, that's your business. It ought not be protected by nobody but you. But that's a whole different story. Holmes consistently argued that civil rights should protect all vulnerable communities, not just some. Well, him and I had a conversation about that too. I didn't totally agree with that, but that's okay. I wasn't Alvin Holmes. And fearless floor speeches, known for his blunt, he was, sometimes controversial speeches. I like some of those speeches though. Holmes used the House floor to call out racism, discriminatory hiring practices, unequal treatment in state government. He often reminded lawmakers early in his career, Black people in the legislature were largely limited to janitorial roles, and he fought to change that. Now you go down there and you'll see nothing but Black folks act like they don't want to help you sometimes. I ain't mad at him. Impact and its legacy. Well, he helped remove racial language, symbols, and things from Alabama law and public places, forced civil rights conversations into the Alabama legislature year after year after year, bridged the gap between the civil rights movement in the 1960s and the modern Alabama politics. He modeled what persistent, unapologetic advocacy looks like inside systems built to resist change. When Alvin Holmes passed away in 2020, flags at the Alabama Capitol were lowered to half staff, a rare recognition for a man who spent his life challenging that very institution to do better. I never will forget what Alvin told me one day. Now, him trying to get gay people under the Civil Rights Bill, that was a mistake. And it's still a mistake. What you decide to do with yourself is your own business. I don't even want to know about it. But he did tell me something that has stayed with me. Let me get my man right here. What's going on there, man?
What do you say, Mayor?
Yeah,
You know, one of Representative Holmes' greatest speeches. Do you know which one that was?
wait a minute. That wasn't about the dog. Wait a minute. That wasn't one about the about sissies or something. It was it was something he said. Well, it's are the beer are the beer one the one about the beer. I don't know which. He had so many of them.
He had so many of them, but to me, his finest one was when he called out the Alabama legislators, and they all hung their heads. Some of them got up and went to the back of the room when they were going after old Bentley for being the love gov, and he said, all of y'all in his room,
That's true.
don't be throwing any stones at him because you know what y'all been doing.
Yeah, man. And it is. He said a lot of funny things about the one about a little. I don't know. I don't know. I forget what it. I know he had one about Alabama beer tastes good or something. Anyway, it's something like that. But I can find it later on. But he was but he told me something that up until that time I didn't care nothing about what politicians said. I didn't care nothing about them telling me how they lost again. But he did say sometimes it is not what you pass as a legislator. It is what you stop from being passed. And that changed my whole attitude about what was going on down there. If you can't pass what you won't, stop what you don't. I said, okay.
I got to meet him one night. He locked his keys in the car downtown at the place where all the legislators go and drink good whiskey during the legislative. But he locked his keys in the car, so the car. And I went down there and helped him get in the car, and we had a good little talk. And but anyway, so you was impressed with the mayor's speech last night?
I was, yeah. It's one of the few that I've ever been impressed with because there was substance to it. As a matter of fact, to tell you the truth, I saw a lot of my handiwork in a lot of that speech because it was I who, for years, said, "Why don't we keeping these people without getting a driver's license?" After 20 years, they'll never get one. The fines keep going up, the penalties keep going up. Hell, if they had the money, they'd already get the license. You know, there are a lot of things.
Well,
hmm
well, I'm sure you can go down there today, and he will issue your official "I am a Democrat" card.
But no.
And
See now that's the one problem with conservatives. Okay, Scott Beasley, you know, he does that show over there on Blue Water. And he said something one day that actually made more sense to me something has in a long time. He said Democrats are not always wrong with the things they say that are wrong. He said, but their issue is the remedy. That's Democrats have bad remedies for lots of things that go wrong. In other words, if they just got bad remedy, he said, because they are right about a lot of things. You know, education sucks, but then again, their remedy is, don't spank anybody, don't put anybody out of school, take the dumbasses and put them in with everybody else. Yeah, so they're not wrong. I'm not a Democrat.
well, let me ask you this, because you listened to it. I tried to listen to it, but I had to turn it off. But
I
anyway,
understand, brother.
Did he mention that there are 300 police officers short?
I don't think he mentioned what we already knew. You know, we are short. We are short, and I can't blame him if people don't want to put in for the job.
Well, the leadership, it's all about leadership. And but did he mention the the $1.5 million that he sent in to Louisiana?
Now, I saw that the other day in the paper for traffic enforcement. I said, Well, why don't we just put that money here? Because
And and
that
and
don't make
how?
sense to me. That don't make sense to me if that one don't. But
Well, he's in love. He's in love with the state of Louisiana. He's in love with a place that is so corrupt. You know, the chief he got, his handpicked guy, came from New Orleans, worst police department, worst corrupt police department. Now he goes down there and he's dealing with these shady folks with this company called On Scene Services. And if you chat GPT, Google them, their net worth last year was $136,500. Now, this is for a major company that's been in business that was started out of New Orleans. Now it's shifted up there to Shreveport and Bossier City, where the chief has been in hot water over, and they had to let him go, and then they let him back in to retire. But
yeah,
I just don't understand. Like, he gets the girl from Baltimore to be the number two person. He's in love.
with somebody outside.
I mean, he's
Yeah. Listen, again, let me give you a parody here. There were two guys going on, and and they saw Jesus Christ walking on the water, and all the guys in the boat started complaining, "How come he can't get in the boat with us?" There's a message there. Okay, so no matter what we do as leaders, no matter what we do, there is somebody that is going to complain.
well, yeah. When it's taxpayers' dollars, and you gonna say, why don't you, if you such a great leader, why don't you start your own? Get somebody, one of your entrepreneurs, one of your buddies, one of your frat buddies, to
Mhm.
start their own company here in Montgomery. You know, get retired folks, civilians.
Okay. Here's why. Because the minute he knows somebody or gets somebody that do that here in Montgomery, Alabama, you know what everybody's going to be complaining about, right? Well, how come he didn't choose me? Why did he choose him? Why didn't he get somebody someplace else? Did he put the bid out all over across America? Man, you cannot do anything as a leader these days, and rightfully so. You took the job, but no matter what he did, somebody's going to complain. Like this morning, you know what, he did mention police. I remember like he did mention police last night. That WSFA actually got with them and helped them put a spot during the Super Bowl, trying to recruit people. So he did. I mean, they are trying. I mean, just can't make people be policemen, I guess. You know.
No, you can't, but you can. Sheriff Cunningham has a full complement of deputies, and he's got over 100 people on a waiting list.
Mhm.
His 911, the county's 911 center is fully staffed. Why is that? Because of leadership. It's leadership, and I guarantee you, you know it. You were in the military, and if a base commander, if it's not performing up to what it's supposed to, they're gonna get rid of the base commander.
That's true. But
They-
now let me ask you, man, what is that name we used to call you on the air? Rainy day? Wait,
Simpler days.
simpler days. Okay, simpler days. Let me ask you a question here. Is there anything that the current mayor has done well?
Yeah, he showed up for work.
Well, hey, we got people that don't even show up for work that are mayors. But listen, are you a little bit prejudiced? Not because of color, but because of philosophy. Are you a little bit prejudiced?
I am pre- I am prejudiced when you waste money. You know what group of people came to this country in the 1700s, and they don't take Medicaid, they don't take Medicare,
Right.
they don't vote, and they've been functioning as a body of people. They're self-sustaining, and when everybody else was wringing their hands during COVID, they just laughed. What group of people is that, Mayor?
I don't know which group is that.
That's the
Oh,
Amish
oh
people.
yeah. From where I'm from up there, yeah,
Yeah,
we see them all the time.
yeah. Pennsylvania. They came here from Germany and Pennsylvania 1700s, and through storms, COVID, tornadoes, they have survived, and they don't take any government dollars. They've got their own health care insurance. But see, we're as long as you don't say anything,
Yeah.
and as long as the dollars, I mean, my gosh, you're talking about $1.5 million to a company that only has a net worth of $134,000, and we're going to send them all that money.
Well, now let me ask you a question. And again, what if they get the job done?
Well, what if they take off with the money? And it's just like the county commissioner, your buddy Doug Singleton said, you could hire X number of deputies, contract with them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they're doing now. They're having to get the county to take over their basic functions because people don't want to go to work for them because they know what the deal is.
Well,
And it's about it's about leadership, and it's the reason that the city needs to turn law enforcement over to the county and let Derek be the
Metro Petro police officer. Police. I don't think I'd like that either, though. Although going to jail is going to jail, doesn't make a difference where the county puts you in or the city puts you in there. But I just want you to be intellectually honest with me, simply, Dave. Just a little bit. You have a twinge. You got a little bit of a twinge against the guy because you don't believe his philosophy. And I don't like everything he does either. I mean, but like, you gotta find something the guy has done. Okay.
it I would support him. I would, just like I voted for Barack Obama the first time. I would support him if he would lead by example, and if he would do things that would save the city money instead of going off on these tangents that he goes on, like going getting that live free out of
Okay. The
Chicago.
live free thing was, yeah, that was a that was a dumb move. The live free was a dumb move, but I have no problem with him trying paying a little money to promote the Montgomery Police Department, trying to get people to come. That's good. And again, remember I told you about the three guys in the boat were complaining that Jesus was walking on water. So you will agree that no matter what, and you've been in leadership position, and I guarantee you, if we reach back their simpler days, somebody was complaining about you.
Oh yeah, because I wouldn't give up my cell phone that I said wasn't anything wrong with it, and I'm not going to give it up because you're wasting money to go buy another one just because you got a new contract.
And I understand. So again, nobody is going to get everybody to like everything that they do. But the abundance, the thing is, what the preponderance of things. Let's go percentage wise. The preponderance of things that the mayor has imposed on the city. Would you say that the vast majority of those things have not may have been not to your liking, but they have not destroying the city.
The water park that water park is a debacle,
But that's
and
county.
when it
That,
fi-
that's county. That's not the city of Montgomery. That was
no, the city's been giving money to it,
right,
and
right.
the rumor on the street, Mayor. Let me tell you what the rumor on the street is.
Hmm.
The mayor wants a new civic center
Right.
so he can get his semi-pro basketball team.
Okay.
Well, the city council is saying, well, not so fast, my friend. We're biting off a little bit more than we can chew. And he's saying, well, okay, if y'all don't go along with this, then I'm going to hold the Jackson Hospital money hostage.
Isn't that politics?
Yes, politics, but you gonna because you're not gonna get your way. You're gonna shut down, stop medical services to elderly poor
Well,
people
I'm pretty
that
sure he
need
ain't
those
trying to.
services.
I'm pretty sure he's not trying to do that. But listen, did we just not get off Alvin Holmes, who had to do lots of things in order to push the movement forward? I mean, listen, I don't see
So
anything
so
wrong with
so you putting Stephen Reed in the same basket with
well,
Representative Alvin Holmes.
I'm put leadership don't always look good until after what has been tried to have happened happens. We don't. I mean, listen. You think when I got here, I think Alvin Holmes had just. I got here in '91. Alvin Holmes had just got on top of the state building and all that stuff to take the flag down and all those kinds of things, and everybody was raising all kind of holy hell. But guess what? Now he's being complimented for doing something that needed to be done a long time ago. So I'm not.
And your mayor, instead of he wanted to put the rainbow flag up
Now
over City Hall.
now you got me on that one too. Again, we don't like every listen, we don't like everything that people do, but the preponderance of the things that he went through last night and what he has done, I say I'm going to give the man at least a B.
Well, two things before I go. One is,
Yes.
I guarantee you, if you took Sheriff Cunningham and put him in the mayor's seat and reversed the role, I guarantee you would see Montgomery go through a major change. And he'd get rid of some of that dead wood down there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
first off.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And number two is
yeah.
number two is you're going to see in the next year or two the privatization of the Montgomery Police Department. This is the first step
Mm-hmm.
because he is not comfortable with law enforcement officers. And I guarantee you, on that recruiting video they shot, they didn't put that 15-year-old police car with the trunk rusted out on it that I sent to the mayor's office and sent to the city council member. I guarantee you they didn't put that, but they can spend $1.5 million to some company down in Louisiana, but they can't buy a decent police car for a law enforcement officer to ride in.
Well, I'm not really sure of what the people in Louisiana. I mean, are they gonna come up here just to write traffic tickets? Is that because if that's what that's all about, I still say we should hire retired police officers. Off not mess with their pensions, not mess with anything, and let them do it if they want to do it. I don't know why.
Well, these are not traffic tickets. These are because they don't have the legal authority. They've got to be sworn law enforcement officers to
Okay.
write traffic tickets. This is for accident reports.
Okay.
And then what happens? What happens when you get two knuckleheads out there fighting over the accident, like they've had in the past, like
Hmm.
I've responded to,
Hmm.
and they're a civilian and they're caught in the middle of that.
They're gonna step away like I would.
And they're gonna step away. They're gonna get shot away.
Yeah,
You
I
have a
ain't gonna.
good day.
All right, yeah, I ain't about to sit there and fight knuckleheads on the side of the road, and I'm not a police person. Again, though, we regardless of what we um again, regardless of what anybody does in leadership, even he admitted it. If you're in a leadership role, somebody is going to complain. Doesn't make any difference. Again, I still say that was one of the best uh, uh, city of the city things I've seen. There was substance to it. We had a cross section of our population that were represented last night. So I don't listen. I don't agree with everything Stephen Reed does. Of course not. I wish I could make him a Republican or something. But again, you have to give credit where credit is due. And I just think the guy's doing an okay job. Nobody's perfect, but you know what? I'm almost willing to vote for him again. I think we want to complain no matter who's in there. We complained about Todd. We complained about Emory. We complained about Bobby Bright. I mean, we are some complaining son of a guns. Okay, we just complain, complain, complain. Come up with a solution like I did years ago. Years ago, um, last night he brought up a situation which I'm going to say I take credit for some of this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna take credit for this one because I was raising sand on the radio and everywhere else for a long time. Why are we constantly holding people hostage to a traffic ticket that's 20 years old? Why not allow these people who did something at 17? And do you know how long it takes to get money sometimes to pay the fines? And then the fine just goes on and on and on and on. And some of these people will never get. And just to there was a young man, there was a young man who worked for me in my shop a few years ago. He took the bus every night home, and he had to walk a half a mile once he got to the in the dark, carrying uh, carrying. He was a HV guy, vacuum or whatever you call it, HVAC or whatever it is. He had these big old bags every night. He had to get off the bus and walk a half mile with him. And so I went downtown to the court with him, and I asked the judge, Your Honor, we're older than he is. He was like in his teens. I said, every once in a while, we need to reach out and help some of these young folks who are trying to do something for themselves. Okay. Just try. He'll never be able to pay this. Never. But he'll get a car. He'll get stopped. He'll get a ticket, even though he is trying his darndest to get a job, take care of his kids. He tried, but he did something stupid like we all have. The only difference is that some of us get caught and some of us don't. So I went downtown and I talked to Judge Wistery. Okay. I said, we're the older people. I guess I was about 50 years old then. I said, why don't we wipe his record clean of the fines? He's trying to do something for a living. He's trying to raise his kid. Do we want to have him bondage to Montgomery Police Department forever? And you know what Judge Wistery did? He did exactly what I asked him to do. He got rid of the guy saying the only thing he could not get rid of was the state fine. And he couldn't do that. So, but it was a lot easier coming up with $200 than it was 4,000. Okay, so we came up with the 4,000. We came up with the $200. I went down with him, and he got his driver's license, and he left Montgomery. And the young man is doing an outstanding job where he is. He lives in Georgia now, and he's doing an outstanding job taking care of his kids. We talked the other day, just an outstanding. Sometimes we forget as older people that we did stupid crap too. We did dumb things. Now that we're older and wiser, we tend to forget about those things. Okay, we tend to forget about the dumb things we've done and coming up. But that young man right now, because somebody listened to him, and that was Judge Wistery, because he listened to the story that he had to tell, and you know what? And so last night, when I heard the police officer, I mean the mayor talk about this one woman who couldn't get. Well, I helped start that movement. Okay, I helped start that movement. If a person shows you that he's trying to work, if he shows you he's trying to do the best he can, we are obligated. It's not even a choice. We are obligated to help young folks who are trying to help themselves. It's just an obligation. That's what we have to do. So I'm gonna give the mayor props on this, okay? Because that's what this whole community thing is all about. Is helping one another, but only those who are trying to help themselves. I don't give a crap about somebody. Tell me, I'm looking for a job. When did that team went out? Man, they ain't been out in a long time. They ain't hiring nobody. Well, who's they? I don't hear. I just say, shut up and go. I'm done with you. But somebody that's out there trying to do something, we're obligated. The city, the government, like the man was saying last night, the government is obligated to help you if you're trying to help yourself. At least that's the way I see it. Maybe I should run for mayor. I mean, they're taking a lot of my ideas and a couple of years ago, I came out and I said, well, listen, why don't we pay these guys $10,000, $20,000 to sign up? But they only get to keep the money if they stay on at least for 24 months. Then the investment is worth it. By that time, we'll get somebody to replace you. Okay. Okay. Not just give the money away. We don't want to just give people $10,000 and let them get in. Man, I don't think I liked it. No, you're going to give us something too. It's kind of like signing up for the army. Yeah, they tell you how much they're going to pay you. But if you don't stay in there the whole time, then we take our money back. Okay. So I'm just saying, maybe I should run for mayor because I be having some great ideas. Anyway, good morning to you. If you want to give us a call, and what's my number again? I got it here somewhere. I don't know where the number is. If you got something on your mind, but I'm not going to take it back. What we witnessed last night from the mayor's thing was just really a good presentation. It really was. I normally I don't look at them because I hear all the words. I've been listening to all them words. Okay. And listen, I don't agree with everything the mayor does. Okay. Yeah, the judge did let it go. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I was down there. I watch him doing it. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I thought you would have brought up when you were talking to the person, the police officer, trainee officer,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't Gray Boy, his trainee. And he talked about getting new leadership and talked to death to the Mayor Hyde Gray Boy, which is his trainee that went through MPD training school with him. Did he not?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was going to make a big difference. So we still complained about the same thing that we were complaining about back then with Todd.
Mm-hmm.
No officer. We still complain about no officers. If you're the chief of police, look like he should call Gray Boy and ask him what effort is he putting into recruiting. And that means if you're in management, you have to find money, rally some people to give you some money, which is the council. All 9 of them give you more money that you need to get what Cunningham has, which has to do with money. You have to be the leader and lead and find money. That's what we used to find out about in our classroom. I used to be over our partners in ed, companies that used to contribute money to our school every year. And that meant that I had to go out and get those people to give money to our PTAs to support our school in addition to monies and taxpayers' money. So if there's a problem, you can't look to the mayor to do it all. If you chief of police, that's management. That means that you need to put in a little effort to do that.
Well,
Isn't that
and
what your
again,
boss
and
did
again,
when you
people,
need somebody?
right? I think people take their personal views and intertwine them with their professional opinions. And I just think that sometimes because of because of a dislike philosophically or personally for an individual, they can't do anything right. Because I got on the mayor when the first day he was in the first year he was in office, putting that LGBT flag up and didn't put the American flag up on Memorial Day. That pissed me off so bad I didn't know what to do, and I let them know it too. Okay, so but it's a learning process like everything else. You got to take a side in life. Okay, you can't be on everybody's side because all you're going to do is get ran over from both sides. So sometimes you just got to take a stance. And I think the mayor, when he first got into office, he wasn't too much into taking controversial stands, you know. So he was just going to go along. He just went along to try to make everybody happy. Well, he found out the hard way. He ain't going to make everybody happy. No, everybody's
And see,
not.
I would have went in the first time and not made everybody
Yeah.
happy because he cannot make them happy. The ones that are displeased with whatever he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know for a fact, Fairview Avenue wasn't going anywhere.
Now they've been talking about it for 30, 40 years almost. We're going to do it. We're going to do
And
it.
every year you have Todd there. He danced around them damn poles on Fairview Avenue.
But
Cannot
now,
be moved.
this did start under Todd, though, right? It did start.
I know, but it
Yeah.
started, but I'm saying he didn't
it-
pressure.
Yeah, it
He
took a while.
didn't pressure them poles to be moved.
Yeah.
He danced around them until he couldn't dance no more until he just went on out of office.
Yeah.
Now, and give credit where credit is due. But see, my point is this. when Mayor Reed decides to go and do something else, I want to see how much you're going to get.
Yeah.
Like West Ferris, how long we dance down West Ferris.
Yeah.
Hippity hop. And they still need to do some work.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Down West Ferris.
Yeah. And they do. They got plenty of work to do. That's for sure. Hey, appreciate it. And again, and Don, again, to show you that you don't know everything, a judge who's downtown, the judge cannot get rid of, I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. Judge cannot get rid of fines and stuff for the state, but they can get rid of the local fines. That's under his jurisprudence to do that. They can do, and I sat there and watched them do it. But we couldn't get rid of the state, so we had to go and we found enough money to go help the guy get his driver's license from the state of Alabama, because he had a local judge can't undo that. I mean, that's why we got the chain of command, which is fine. So I'm telling you what they can do. Okay, what they can do if they want to do it. What you want, Don? Because you don't know what you're
There you
talking
go
about.
again. That was a great story about the judge.
And you don't know what you're talking about. That judge got rid of
the judge has no authority
Yes,
to remove
he did.
past fines.
He did.
He don't. No, he don't. Ask
He
anybody.
did.
It's just another lie. But tell me what's great, what's better. One better thing since the first black mayor took office in Montgomery.
Well, what was
Name me one thing that's better.
What was good when the first white mayor took office?
Name one white. See, there you go with your bullshit. Just name one thing
give me
that's
one.
better.
Give me one.
Name me one thing better.
Well, what was better for black folks when the first white guy got?
See, there it goes. The same old crap.
That's
you
right.
can't even name one thing better in Montgomery since he took over, but you're going to kiss his butt. You're nothing but a bootlicker and a liar. The judge cannot remove old fines.
Yes, they did. Municipal fines.
No, he can't.
Yes, they can. Well,
you don't have the authority.
Well, put some money on it, brother.
How much you want to bet? You're the one broke.
Yeah.
They cut your phones off.
Cut what phone off?
The one that says cut off when you call it.
I ain't got no phone cut off. And even,
okay.
And even if I did get one cut off, so what? I got 5 of them.
So what? That's why you wasn't on air for 3 days.
I got 5 phones.
Yeah.
Now, see you later.
But you're a liar. I just get sick and tired of the lies. You just make up stuff. A judge has no authority to remove old fines.
Yes, he does.
Get somebody to support that lie.
Okay, okay. So, because I watched it happen. I ain't telling you what I'm thinking. What started to call you? Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to do that. A local judge. Okay, let me see if I can find me a former judge, because a municipal. I think he had something to do with municipal fines, but he certainly cannot do away with state fines. I'm sitting down there watching Judge Feburary help this young man get a new lease on life and a new opportunity to take care of his kids by getting rid of some of those fines. Now he still had to go to the state and pay the state fine, because a local judge can't get rid of that. I'm telling you what I ain't telling you what I'm thinking. I'm telling you that I know. Okay, I'm telling you what I know. Okay, that's all right. But anyway, and everybody knows it. And like I told him the other day, I said, you just belong to that party that I just can't stand most of the time. Other than that, though, so I look at the mayor as the mayor of the city of Montgomery, not as a Republican, not as a Democrat, not as my philosophy, of course, is more centered, is closer to the Republican philosophy than it is a Democratic philosophy. But that doesn't mean that everything that a Democrat says is wrong. It just means that the remedy that they want to fix these things is wrong. But not everything they say is wrong. And again, I'm going to give the mayor some props last night for he presented a good story, a passageway to the future, and which is why I don't mind the money that was being spent for the water park. We need to introduce people to things in this city that have nothing to do with race, but yet the quality of life. And if all you're going to bring people to Montgomery for is to see how terrible the white man used to be, enough. I'm moving. But if we can bring other things to the city of Montgomery, I wish we had a gigantic aquarium. I really would. I mean, why I got to go all the way to Atlanta? We got a big ass river down here. I'm pretty sure we got something in that river down there that we can, we can look at. Okay, somebody's old car, something, whatever. Okay, but I'm sick and tired of hearing about the slave trade. Our nation is more than just a slave trade. I don't want to forget about it because it happened. But those people pay the price. And I believe that we have an obligation. We have an obligation to do better than they ever thought about doing. We have an obligation to do better than those people could have ever, ever done. And I think we paid them a disservice by only bringing up the terrible past all the time rather than the people who paid for that past. Okay. And that's just one black man's opinion. Okay. And for some of you who don't believe that, the South is not the only place where people call hell in America. It's not. As a matter of fact, I would say sometimes it was worse up north than it was here. Okay, it wasn't. But if all we ever talk about, if the only thing we ever remember is the bad things. So bring the water park on. Let's get it up and moving. Let's get some people out there. Let's get some of the Olympians out there. And maybe we can concentrate for the first time in ever. We can concentrate on the things that we have in common, because we really don't spend a lot of time doing that. We spend a lot more time worrying about what happened, and what really gets me sometimes, people who haven't had anything happen to them are the biggest complainers. Like, see, Don, my good friend Don is just lost in the past. He's lost in the past. Somewhere along the line, somebody in high school probably whooped his butt. Okay, and a black guy, probably whooped his butt. He's still mad, and I understand that. The girl that turned me down, I was trying to go to the prom with. It stays with you a long time. I mean, I went out and bought the coat. I went out and bought I rented the car, and I bought the tuxedo, and I bought that thing that you put on the girl's arm when you go to, what do you call that thing you put on the girl's arm when they're going out to the prom. I bought that, and I pull up, and she getting in a limo with somebody else. Now, let me tell you something. You don't think I was damaged for a long time? A long time. It still gets to me today. I spent all that money, all my money, trying to make this girl happy. And all she did was break my heart. Okay? Broke my heart. Just, I mean, you know how long I had to work at that car wash to earn that money? To go get her. I forgot what they call that thing that you put on a woman's arm when you take her out to the prom. But I got one of those, and that limo cost me $100. Okay, back in 1970, about 1970. What year was that? 74, 75. That's right. That's right. Broke my heart. Yeah, I'm still damaged. I really am. I really am still damaged. But that's okay. I understand. Now I understand why Don is still damaged. A brother probably took his girlfriend. Okay. I'm just thinking, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm still, I am, I'm telling y'all I'm damaged still. Okay. Yeah, he was about 6. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was about 6'2", I think, whatever he was. So I understand, Don, when these things happen to us as we go along our lives, it makes an impression upon us. And I don't know why you don't like black folks. I do not know. But I'm not going to let your problem become my problem. Okay, I love white people and black people. Matter of fact, probably got more white friends than black friends. because all my black friends are Democrats, and I don't like that odious party. Okay, they're always manipulating the hell out of black folks, but that's okay. We can have that conversation on another day. Okay. But anyway, so the mayor's speech last night was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I really did. And that was the first time I ever listened to a whole one. Most of the time I say, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there was still some blah, blah, blah in there because, that's just what politicians are. But for the most part, it was a speech of substance. Okay. And listen, I'm not gonna bring the mayor for seeing through his lens of what he can see in the future. I can't see it. I've never been a mayor, but I would hope that if I ever become mayor, if I ever did, which I won't, that I would have a futuristic lens to look through and see if we could do what is possible. Okay. He mentioned some things last night. Of course, safety. Everybody wants to be safe. Now, there is one thing the mayor said that I'm just still trying to figure out how to get over. Now, we still got a lot of shooting going on. We still got a lot of people shooting each other and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out where these crime stats come from that he get. Okay, because I don't know. I mean, I don't feel any safer in the city of Montgomery than I did a year ago. I don't feel it. Now, I don't feel any worse. I don't feel any worse, but I don't there doesn't seem to be a ring of safety around the city of Montgomery. I think the personality of Montgomery is changing to the extent that I hope there's a way back, but to the extent almost it almost isn't. If I have one complaint with the mayor, I think sometimes we try to ignore what's in front of us. Again, I don't know where the statistics he came up with last night. I don't feel that as I walk out in the street and every night somebody shoots. But it's not the mayor's. It's not the mayor's thing that people shoot. We got idiots out there. I'm with you. But the mayor, the police, Gray Boys, and everybody else, Sheriff Cunningham, everybody in law enforcement, the FBI, the FBI, the ABI, Capitol Police, whoever, everybody out there is accountable to us as citizens of Montgomery to try their best, to try their best to make this city a safer place. And forgive me, but if that means taking a phone book and whooping somebody's ass sometimes in the street, I'm all for it. I'm sick of having to be scared, and our old folks have to put burglar bars on everything and making it dangerous for them to get out of their house if it happens to be a fire or there happens to be a crime. Yeah, yeah. I say bring back the ass whoopings, police, and it's okay unless it's me getting the ass whooping, and then I'll complain. But I really bring back the phone booth. Do what you got to do. Beat some sense into somebody's head. I didn't say kill anybody, okay? But whoop some ass out there sometime, Mister Policeman, and we're gonna be all right. All the crime comparison numbers are from 2023. It's record year for crime, which calls the creation of Max. Yeah, well, yeah, it did, yeah. Okay, but again, you know, I'm not blaming Steven for everything, uh, but to be honest, I do believe, and we have to ask ourselves the question: why is it that the sheriff department has a waiting list of people? I've been trying to get my son to be on the sheriff department. I can't talk him into it yet. A waiting list of people, and why even after paying getting a discount for the Super Bowl advertisement, why does it seem that we can't get people to want to be policemen? It's an honorable job, and so there has to be something in the top end. There's got to be some philosophical things that people can't get their hands around. There's got to be a reason why the sheriff in the same county, we got a black sheriff. We got white officers, black officers. We got same. So I think the mayor needs to look at that. I think he needs to look at what's in his philosophy that is the impediment to getting young people to want to be policemen. I mean, there's something in the mix that's not clean, and I don't know what that is. Is it him? Is it gray boys? I mean, is it a leadership philosophy that people can't seem to get their hands around? I mean, there's something that's going on, and like Ronald Reagan used to say, there is something in time and space that's going wrong. Now, what that is, I do not know. But now the mayor, being the mayor, has to take responsibility for the lack of motivated people who want to be, because it's a great job. They start you off with $51,000 a year. You don't even need a college degree. So what's going on? And I think that's something that needs a public discussion with the mayor. What's going on? Why can't we? 51,000. Hell, if I wasn't such an old codger, I'd go down there and put the application in for myself. $51,000. Let's see. $10,000, $20,000. No, 51,000. Okay. All right, I'm done. I don't think I got the strength anymore to push them cars. I think I might can move that car a little bit, but I don't want to have to push the car and go up the climb the rope and all that stuff. I don't want to go through all that stuff. I don't want basic training 1-on-1 all over again. But what that is the question. Is it Gray Boys? Is he a great leader? I don't know. I've never been a policeman in the city of Montgomery. Never been a policeman anywhere. I was a National Guard once though, so I did learn how to use a baton. Okay. So I'm just wondering where does it, where does it start? Where does it start? Because if the mayor can, I mean, if the county can seem to get people to work with a waiting list, why can't some work for the city? Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
One problem is that fast as they lock them up, they let them back out.
But I mean, I guess that's the law, I guess.
Yeah, but have you noticed that lately we had some people they let out? They already don't kill somebody, then they let them back out again on bond.
That I don't get, and especially since the Supreme Court came out a couple of years ago and said you can put people in jail for up to $1.5 million bond, and we don't normally do the $1.5 million bond. We just let people out with little bond. Yeah, I don't understand that either. But now that's not the mayor though, is it? Isn't that the court system?
No, it's not the mayor, but that's being a policeman.
Yeah,
you go out and arrest him and keep back out on the street before you get out of the building, good. That's the budsman and the judges and all them people.
Yeah, well,
why should you worry about patrolling and doing stuff when they be back on the street and be hunting you down?
Well, and I got you on that, but it's still the police job to go out and arrest them again if they do something stupid. I mean, that's what the job calls for.
Well, I know that, but you said why they don't join the police force.
Yeah, but
and why some of the people in the police force are disgruntled by them trying to do their job and they back out on the street before them. But I thought that the mayor and the sheriff department were supposed to get together and use some of those extra officers that he had.
Well, I thought that's what they had said, and I do believe that the sheriff is helping the city in a minor way.
With their Leah thing, and with all them overlapping.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to more overlapping in Montgomery than overlapping in Pike Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. Appreciate it. John, you are lying down. Yeah, judges can rule on traffic fines. Absolutely, they can. they can get rid of it. Okay, they can do that. Alabama doesn't care about socialism. What is this? Joe Reed. Alabama doesn't care about socialism when it comes to taking federal money. Every $1 Alabama sends to the federal government gets back $2.15. When is Alabama going to reject that socialism? Listen, we all like a little socialism, like Social Security, even though we put our money in there. We all like a little socialism. You know, we do. We like a little socialism. I don't have a problem with socialism, except when you mandate it for me to deal with it. Okay. But Social Security, like they took my money out my check. But I'm glad they did take the money out the check over those years I worked, because, you know, I wouldn't have had a dime in the bank right now. Too busy chasing women, spending all my money. So good. Listen, there's some great things about socialism, okay, that I kind of like. Let me see what else is going on. Somebody said you're going to get around this again. I don't agree with everything the mayor does. I'm just telling you, last night it was a stupendous presentation of the state of the city. I think he's trying to do his best. He won't ever do everything perfectly. Like I told you, you know, Jesus Christ walked across the water. 3 guys in the boat said, "How come he can't get in the boat with us?" So, you know, we will never convince people who are against us to be for us. Or when I say us, I mean whoever happens to be in charge. We'll never convince those people. You can sit there and run into a burning factory and save 10 people. But let it be Stephen Reed in the city of Montgomery who does it. Somebody's gonna say, why didn't he let the police go in there? Why didn't he let the fire department go in? Why did he have to go in there? He's just trying to be a hero. You see, so no matter what we do, no matter what it is, we are going to complain about it. So here's my suggestion. If you think you can do a better job, which yeah, and some of you can, run for mayor. Run for city council. Stop sitting on the back end, bitching and moaning and groaning. Run for office. Okay? But be able to articulate what your plan is. Okay? I'm just saying, run for office. Okay? So I'm just saying, I mean, that's all you got to do. Show us that you can do a better job. Okay? Show us that you can do a better job. Then I'm good. Show us that you're not like a snow machine just blowing cold air. Show that you can do a better job than the current guy there right now. Now it's milk break. I gotta go in there and take a milk break. I gotta get my milk. I gotta have a cup of milk every day, every morning. So give me 2.5 minutes, and we shall be back in uno momento. Okay. So let me make sure I put that up there so you guys know. Back in 3 minutes. And I gotta have my milk. Okay. Back in 3 minutes. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We'll be back in 3 minutes. So you guys hang loose, and I shall return. I have to go and I have to go and get my milk. I gotta have milk. What is life without milk? Okay, really, what is it? We'll be right back. Okay, enough of that. 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 You know, I've been trying to figure out. You know, see, I'm trying to give up Coke, right? So I went out and got. I went out and got Sprite. What's it called? It's called Sprite. It's called Zero Sugar. But here's my thing: if it doesn't have any sugar in it, then why is it sweet? Okay, because I'm all confused here now. So when I drink it, it tastes like sugar. But they keep telling me that it's sugar free. So I don't really know what's sweet in it. But there's something sweet in it. Don't know exactly what it is. Are you still damaged from your 401k mistake? I surely am. I surely am damaged from my 401k mistake. Yes, I am. However, it could be worse. It could be worse. Moving right along to other things. Good morning, everybody. Hope today finds you well. Again, we were talking about the. Now, let me tell you what we do need. That I do know that there are going to be people who think that I flipped my wig and that you know, uh, I'm becoming a Democrat, which I'm not. However, I'm not saying that everything that the Democrats artificial. Yeah, I know it's artificial sweetener, but don't it have sugar in it? I mean, it tastes like sugar. Mm. There's something in it. Of course, I never known anything artificial to really be good for you. Okay, I don't believe that, but that's just where it goes. If you want to give us a call, you can do that. Now, what's the number? Anybody know the number here? What is the number? Oh, 521-2963 is the number. Should you want to give us a call if you think you're smarter than I am, and some of you may be, you know, not most of you though, but some of you may be smarter than me, and so you welcome to chime in and you know, and see whether or not you can outwise me or whatever the case, whatever the word that we want to use. All right. So I know you can't see my face really, and my face it don't change. It's the same face, so you don't really need to see it anyway. Good morning, Dr. Joe. I know Don just he puts crap on here that's full of lies, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me see what else is going on around here. Here's one. We were talking about. Um, Now this is an issue that I know that my conservative friends won't like it. They will not like this issue, but it is time. It is time for rent control in Montgomery. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, if you want to live out in Wind Lakes or Sturbridge, that's fine. You can pay whatever you want to pay to stay out there, so you don't have to stay next to the poor people. Okay, I feel you on that one. Okay, however, since COVID-19 hit, okay, rent in people's places have not gone up because these apartment complexes were already built. Okay, so we didn't have to rebuild them. They went from an average of $500 to $1,200 a month. They are just ripping people off, and it is time for rent control in the city of Montgomery. Okay, it's time for it. I mean, we are just taking old people, little bit of money that they are getting. And when I say they, I mean us. The little money that they're getting, and they are making us slaves to food stamps. Because we certainly can't do both with our little bit of money. We can't buy groceries and then once they put you on once they put you on food stamps, and then you go to the store the other day. A lot of people going to the store and the food stamp card wasn't working. Okay. And again, I've often said that anytime somebody else decides when you eat, it's too much power. Okay. So, but we do. There needs to be. I don't have a problem with a high end part of town. Really, I don't have a problem with a part of town that charge so much mortgage, so much that I can't afford it. That just means I can't live over there. That's all. That just means I can't live over there. Okay. So, but now who's for rent control? It doesn't make any sense what they charging these people for these ragged ass apartments. Okay, it just doesn't make sense. They're not even good. Some of them don't even have central heating and air. Okay, like that Woodley Terrace place over there. I don't know what some of these people were paying, but if it was over $350 a month, they were paying too much. Okay, paying way too much. So, who's with me? We got to get the mayor next time we give State of the Union, the state of the city. Yeah, we need rent control. Mm-hmm. Okay, so who's against rent control? Okay. Well, if we had rent control, we wouldn't need Section 8. But Section 8 is not for the people who are renting the apartment. The Section 8 is for the folks who are the renter. Excuse me, the people who live in them. That Section 8 is not for them. Section 8 is to make your buddy in the real estate business a little change, because now he can take you, and he gonna get a guaranteed check every month. So what he can live in, it's Uzbekistan if he needs to. All they need to do is go to his American bank outlet on his card. Next thing his money is there. So we need rent control in the city of Montgomery. Now I'm not chasing people to East Chase. Okay, I'm not chasing anybody out to East Chase so I can say I live there. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not chasing anybody to Sturbridge. Okay, we're not even going there. Okay, we're not even going there. But now let me tell you the one thing last night, and I just thought it's time for rent control. Anybody disagree? Does anybody disagree? It is time for rent control in the city of Montgomery, and that doesn't mean by everybody. That means there are certain neighborhoods in the city of Montgomery, and we don't want it to look like a Project Haven either. Okay, but older people, we need old folks havens who you can't keep taking their rent up when you want to. Okay, you ought to be able to go to a board in the city of Montgomery and ask them, can you raise the rent, and give them the particulars that why you want to raise it, again, stuff like that. And the city council needs to get involved in that. Okay, now out in Wind Lakes, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about Wind Lakes. I know you disagree. I know. Gary, I know you disagree because you got plenty of money. Alabama, I got a $324 light bill, and you getting some of that because you wanted the stockholders of it. I feel you on that. I mean, my little apartment, $324 for a light bill. I mean, the light bill's almost as much as the rent is. So I understand. You can disagree if you want to, but I'm telling you, something needs to be done for people on Social Security around here who's not getting that kind. If I'm getting $700 a month and my rent is $5, that already leaves me $2. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Donald, you're wrong. Okay, you may think you're right, but you're wrong. I sat there and watched the judge do it. So you're wrong. I don't know why you think you got to be right. Yeah, don't work with Alabama Proud. That's true. So anyway, I think rent control is a viable okay viable goal for people with poor people, especially those on Social Security or disability. I mean, they keep. I mean, we are going to have a whole bunch of people living outside soon. With Alabama power going up, with rent going up, everything going up. Yeah, I that. Listen. Just because you get a mortgage, not an adjustable mortgage, doesn't mean that your rent, that your mortgage won't go up. It won't stay the same. If they take the taxes up in the city, that money has that additional money has to come from you, and it will go on your mortgage. Okay, I thought getting a mortgage means your payment never goes up. That's not true. Okay, your payment does go up. If the taxes go up on your property, then your payment goes up. I think it's at the PMI, whatever it is, your payment goes up. Okay, so they lied to us on that too. Okay, they lied to us. Your payment can go up if the taxes go up on your property. Your payment can go up. Okay, so don't tell me about that one now, because I've been there and done that. Okay, and if you don't go up all at one time, you either have to pay all the money at one time or you pay it over the period of the year. But either way it goes up. Even if you have the non-adjustable mortgage, if the taxes go up on your property, I'm telling you. So there's no such thing as a guaranteed payment. Okay, may not go up as much, but yeah, we need rent control. Once you and that's the thing about it. Once you buy a home or I don't really want to own a house. Okay, I don't think you ever own a house. You never do. Oh, you got your name on the deed, but you don't own the house. I've seen people lose their house that they quote unquote own because the taxes went up and they couldn't pay them. So you don't really ever own it. A house is nothing but a bill in perpetuity. Okay, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, even if you paid cash money for it, taxes can still go up on the land. So, hey, what can I tell you? Am I wrong? Somebody show me that I'm wrong. Go ahead, tell me that I'm wrong. Oh yeah, and the insurance. Thank you very much. That's right. Your insurance goes up. Guess what? Your payment goes up. So I'm just going to leave that alone and leave it alone. Now, the one thing last night that the mayor did not bring up, at least I don't remember him bringing it up. There are a lot of new jobs coming. The Meta people and all these people coming out near Hope Hole. Okay, you must do a land trust. Now I don't know what a land trust is, but hey, feel free to come on and tell us about it. Anything that can save people's homes at some point in time, because again, the insurance goes up, the payment goes up. You're on a strict budget. The rent, the land, the taxes go up. You don't have a house anymore. It's a shame and a disgrace. You done paid 30, 40 years on a house, and now it ain't yours anymore. That make me want to go hurt somebody. Okay, has not only make me want to hurt somebody, I'm going to hurt somebody. So, but I don't know what a land trust is. But if you can come on and talk to us about it and tell us what it is, I'd love to hear it. Because people need to know. People need to know the same thing rich people need to know. Okay, how to protect your assets. Okay, and because I don't even know land trust. I don't even know what that is. Do I trust the land or what? I don't know what that means. But come on, someone, and tell us about it, because I like to hear about it. Okay. Moving right along. Now, there are a lot of jobs coming to Montgomery, but they're not coming in the city of Montgomery. So how are people, and this is what the mayor didn't get into last night. I don't know why we have a hard time doing this. We need a bus system. We need a bus that goes around the bypass. All it does all day long is go around the bypass. Okay. Or you know that another country, once you buy your home and it's paid off, you pay no more taxes. And what country is that? What country is that? But let's talk about this transportation thing, but then you can tell me about that later on. We need a bus that goes around the bypass and one that goes to Hope Hall. And Mr. Mayor, we got plenty of buses. Okay. Or if not a bus, how about a city van that starts at one place and goes around the bypass? But we could use a bus. Okay. For us because insurance is going up so high right now, we're gonna have another problem soon. We're gonna have people going to jail because they can't afford the insurance. We can't afford the rent. Now we can't afford the insurance. Alabama Power sticking the meat to us all the way up our rectum, and who's going to be able to? Yeah. Hey, Simply Days.
Asked the sheriff who the majority of those people are on that waiting list he's got. They are former or currently employed Montgomery police officers. What's going on? And when the mayor of Montgomery won't even attend the police memorial service for fallen officers, actions speak louder than words. Have a good day.
Wait! You telling me that the mayor didn't participate in the ceremony?
No.
Was he in town?
No. He schedules himself consistently so he doesn't have to be involved. He'd rather go to a frat party in Birmingham or hang out with his buddies or go to Maui or go across the ocean than to stand there with and see, that's the thing about Sheriff Cunningham. You never see him without his uniform. He is proud to wear that uniform. And he sends a very forceful message. His troops understand his message, that you do your job, you do it to the best of your ability. I will support you. And if you make a mistake, an honest mistake, then we'll work through it. And that's why he has a waiting list of well over 100 wanting to come to work for him.
All right.
Well, have a good day, man.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to get them on. Now I think that the mayor should, of course, participate in. And again, I don't know what you're saying is absolutely true or not, or where there's some issues where where there were some issues where he couldn't. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second, guys, and I'll get right back with you. Oh, okay, I'm back. I had to take care of that call right quick. Yeah, Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed has participated in honoring fallen officers and has attended. Okay, so let me see this correct. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed has participated in honoring fallen officers and has attended or spoken at events memorializing law enforcement officers who have died in the line of duty. Memorial services, Mayor Reed has spoken at and participated in the Montgomery Police Department and MPD Fallen Officer Memorial Services wreath laying in May 2021. Mayor Reed and the Montgomery Police Department laid a wreath at MPD's Fallen Officer Memorial. Again, it wouldn't it would just be, it would not be consistent with any mayor not to attend these things. Now I got we got two sides here, and so I need to talk to the guy and talk to the mayor. Here's one about the house thing. Your escrow can go up if taxes and insurance go up less. You have variable mortgage in your okay. But and all we were saying is that just because you get a mortgage doesn't mean that it won't ever go up. Okay, it goes up. Been there, done that. Okay, now moving right along. We talk about transportation. Talking about transportation. We're talking about getting. It does no good to have a bunch of jobs if we don't have public transportation going out there. So we need something to go to Hope Hall, a bus to go to Hope Hall, and a bus that goes all the way around the bypass. You may have to have a couple of buses to do that, all the way around the bypass, and gives us an opportunity to get to some of these places that these so-called jobs are going to come. The Meta thing, because we're already going to be paying some of their light bill. Trust me, we're going to be paying some of that light bill. Okay, we are. Matter of fact, there are people right now in America saying we don't want your data centers. We don't want them because we end up paying for them. Okay, the energy and the electricity that these things take up is absolutely, I mean, I think they ought to put their own energy thing out there off the grid, and let them pay for their own power, not us. I'm sorry, I don't. Nah, that dog ain't gonna hunt for me. I'll get me a kerosene lamp or something. Okay, see you telling lies now, my friend. You have a fact checker on here. You need to stop lying, man. Yeah, not me. But anyway, I'll check. I'll check with the mayor and see if he's going to one. What's wrong with taxis? Hell, nobody can afford a taxi to go out to Hope Hall. You can't afford Uber. Then you'll be taking your whole check that you're making, paying Uber. Can't afford no taxi. Last time you took a taxi, Dr. Joe. Good morning.
Hey.
Yes.
Now, can I get off topic also about that one? About he said the mayor doesn't go to fallen officers' funeral, right?
Well, and somebody said he does, so I don't know what's true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just wanted to compare that to your president, where remember up in Washington D.C. where one of the soldiers got killed by somebody,
and they showed that was a lie. They showed they lied on
the lady. I'm asking a question. Now, you trying to?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was I about to say there? What was I about to say?
Mm-hmm.
So you all get out Trump ass this morning. Let me talk, please.
Well, I only went up there to see if I could find you.
No. You the one up there all the time. You another cat. Everything he does, he does no wrong. What I'm saying, see, you didn't give me a chance. But let me go and make my point, sir. Man, never seen so many cult members and ex-slaves. Man, slavery's over, Cal. You don't have to master this and master that all the time. But anyway, the lady that got killed, okay, her and two guys got ambushed or something by some dude up there, okay? You remember that?
Yeah.
They asked Trump on the TV, was he going to the funeral, okay? They asked him that out of their mouth. He said, I hadn't thought about it. He said, I hadn't thought about it, Kevin. Did he go?
I don't know.
Research that one.
I don't know.
Have Steve to research that. Research that one.
But the president has a little bit bigger schedule than the mayor.
Steve, please. I want to talk to Steve right now. Steve, researching and get back with us on that one in a few minutes, sir, before the show go off and find out that Trump attended this soldier funeral. Well, he claimed he loved the military.
I'm pretty sure he's still representative, though.
No, we didn't hear anything about it on the tube. We didn't hear anything about it.
But the president the president has a bigger schedule than the mayor does.
See. All the other presidents went to these fallen soldiers' funerals.
We don't know that.
All the rest of them goes to their funeral, Kevin.
Wait a minute. The Clintons took
Obama went.
Wait a minute.
Even Trump's best friend, Biden, went to the
Biden didn't know where he was.
Funeral.
He didn't know where he was.
He didn't know where he was, but if somebody took him there, though, he got there.
Okay.
Did Trump make it there to this lady funeral? Find out that right quick. I don't want to take up the time. Have somebody find that out for me this morning.
Okay.
Since he always come out with the mayor, I ain't done.
All right. And again, I'm not hopping on the mayor, but I am saying we need bus transportation out to Hope Hall, places of that nature, so we can get some of these jobs that are out there. I don't know why we have a hard time doing that. If we got to take it's still cheaper catching a bus than it is driving a car and then trying to get insurance on it. So even if it costs you $2, Okay, it's your $4 a day. $4 to get out there. I mean, $4. Yeah, $2 to get out there and $2 to get back. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So let's just have $25 a week, $100 a month to go back and forth to work. That's still not a bad idea. Okay, I'm just saying. So we need to, Mr. Mayor, we need to get some bus, and we need a bus that goes around the bypass. So people who want to shop, who don't have cars, can get on the bus, okay, and go places, okay, and get a job. And maybe they get a bus to go out there on that job. They realize they don't really like riding the bus. Then now they can buy a car. So giving us public transportation out to some of these jobs at Meta and all these places is going to uplift the economic inventory of most people who right now who don't have the ability to do that thing. So don't tell us about all the jobs and then don't give us a way to get to them. I'm just saying, that's just one black man. He was killed by a person the president vetted, and he tried to say Joe Biden did it. Well, I don't know. We need a bus to take people to work. To hope that's what I've been saying. Yeah, we do. We do need one. Can whatever Mayor Reed does, he can't, but it can't please everybody. And Dr. Joe, there's no way in the world we're going to be able to afford taxis to go to work and come home with a little bit of money they're going to pay people out there. So, but we can afford a bus, and the bus needs to run at least till 12 o'clock at night. Okay, and then start at 6, because at least that gets us. We can get out there, we can get home, and on the weekends we don't need to work no way. Okay, blame tariffs for high. I'm still trying to figure out why tariffs would have anything to do with high insurance. But John, give me that one. Let me explain that one to me. Okay, just explain that one to me, John. Explain to me how tariffs are taking up my insurance. But I'll wait. I'll wait. Okay, but we do need bus service that goes to Hup Hall and around the bypass 24 hours a day. Give people an opportunity to go someplace, okay, without having to have a car. Because if you get the car and you can't afford the insurance, now you can't afford your car anymore because you're walking. Because the police then took your license. Okay, I'm just saying our public transportation needs to be a whole lot better. Okay, it needs to be a whole lot better. And maybe if it was a lot better, we get a lot more people riding it. Oh yeah, let's have a guard on the bus too. Yeah, we need a guard on the bus. We need some security on the bus, on the bus too. Yeah, we need that. Yeah, we need that. We don't need to, because I've seen too many bad endings on buses. Charlotte, North Carolina, other Chicago. People getting on the bus when to hurt people. Okay, we need like what is that? Those guys they sit on the airplane and nobody knows that they are there, but they got a piece for you. Yeah, they're gonna open up a can of whoop ass on you if you sit there and do something stupid. I forgot exactly what they call them, but we need a guy on the bus too that nobody knows. But he's like Cordell Walker. Okay. Okay. Why can't the YNs drive there? Well, a lot of them do drive there. But again, if you can't afford their insurance, all you got to do is get caught one time. And then you can't get to work. And then you lose your job. And now you can't even afford the car anymore. So why public transportation is a hand up and not a hand out, since we all help pay for it anyway with our taxes. Okay, I'm just saying. And the YNs, hey, the Greg, what does YN mean? Okay, then. Why can't YN get to work? If you believe what? It's a good show. Listen, hell yeah. Yes, we believe it. He was killed by a president vetted by. Okay. Listen, just because somebody vets you don't mean you don't turn out later on and be a butthole. Okay, but we need I need to talk to the mayor about this bus thing. I think we can afford two buses dedicated to the bypass and going to Hopewell. That's 4 buses. that and it don't have to be a bus. It can be a van. It can be it can just be a van, and you have to call every day to put your name on the list. That way, the bus won't be coming up there sitting there for one person, because that's a lot of thing for one person. But you got to do it. You got to do what you got to do. All right. Move right on to other things. We need a bus. Okay, so I got that out. He didn't talk about that last night. Okay, but he'll get that next time. We need public transportation that goes to Hope Hall. Hope Hall. Okay, like Hope Inspired Ministries. Remember that? Okay. Anyway, don't forget our sponsor. Man, I can't believe I almost forgot that. Where is my mind? Our sponsor. Okay. One Stop Wireless. One Stop Wireless. If you need a cell phone and you already have a cell phone, but you don't want to buy another cell phone because the phone you got's pretty good, so you can take it to One Stop Wireless, which is located at 3445, 3445 Atlanta Highway, which is right on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. There's a gas station right there, right? It's Shell gas station. One Stop Wireless is in there. They're really good people. So and let's just say you got a phone. It's been in the drawer forever. Okay, as long as you got the power cord to go with it, plug it up. There's a good chance they can take that phone and put it on their system, and you don't have to go out and buy another phone, because Apple said the Apple 17 is here. Listen, I'm still using 15. I'm going to use my 15. Okay, I'm going to use my 15 until it dies. I'm not buying any more cell phones. Okay, and I had one. I got one, and I got another one back there that it was on another carrier. But when I got done with that carrier, I was tired with them. They took my. I got a. What do I have? I have just. Okay, just hold a minute. I have a what do you call it? A Note, which is really nice. A Samsung Note. It has a pencil to go with it. You can write on the screen. You do all kind of things with it. But I got tired of them bending me over, so I took it down to One Stop Wireless. Had them take it off the unit, take it off the company I was on, put it on theirs, and to show you how how it works, because I drove from here to Indiana with that same phone, and it worked all the way there. Okay, and back. Didn't have any problem whatsoever. So call these guys up, 320-2988. They're located 3445 Atlanta Highway, right on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. It's a Shell gas station right there. They're in the same building. I'm just telling you, want a good deal on the phone? They got wireless internet for your home, $45 a month. And I'm just telling you, you can take the box with you wherever you go, and life is good. Okay? I'm just saying, One Stop Wireless. Plus, they sell those little speakers that you can hook your phone to. Man, you can be your own DJ with your cell phone. It's really, really, really nice. Okay, so go down there and see them. Tell them you heard about them on the show here, and let's go buy a phone. Okay. And if your phone is like 12 years old, it probably is time for a better one. Yeah, better phone. Okay. So give them a call at 320-2988. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let me see what happened to my guy there. Okay, what happened to my guy there? Okay, here we go. What's up there?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Let me go on something on your subject matter right here, sir.
Which subject? Which one?
Everybody should have 2 or 3 cars because we was told that the economy in the United States is the best it's ever been in history. You can get, you should go out and buy any car of your choice. The way this economy was was on top. We was on top.
Wait a minute. Why would I want 2 or 3 cars just to go in debt?
I'm saying, no, if you wanted 2 or 3 cars, the economy we was told by your president that the economy is better shape than it ever been throughout the history
it is
of this country. Okay?
It is
we was told it was the best Of the best.
Yeah.
So everybody should be able to afford what the hell they want. They should buy 2 or 3 houses if they want to. They should buy 4 or 5 cars, all their choice if they want to.
If you're a fool, you can do that.
Have you got your tariffs check yet?
I'm waiting
Have
on
you got that check yet? All this money he say bringing in for the tariff. He bringing in. Then on your pills for your medical pills you take to cabin.
Yeah, it's coming, brother.
He's saving you thousands and thousands of percent of money.
And he is at the moment.
1,000%. He said 300%, 1,000%, 400%. You know,
okay.
He's not stopping at 100% now. He said,
"I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. See you later.
Your president.
I got you. I feel you. See you later. You're bugging me here now. Okay. Okay. And Trump, just like Stephen. Yeah. No matter what they do, you're not gonna like them. People here in Montgomery is not going to like them. So I think you do what your own conscience tells you got to do. What do you want, Don?
I want to help Duke out. The 13 people killed in Afghanistan. Biden went to the return to Dover, Delaware. That's where he was checking his watch. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
He didn't attend any of their funerals. Trump had wanted to go to the funeral, but was recommended not to go. He said dignitaries. But you know what he did? He invited the families to the White House. So you compare 13 people murdered under Biden, who goes to Dover and checks his watch while he's there, compared to what Trump did. Duke, you're so ate up with it, it's pathetic.
Right. And with that, we're probably going to call it a morning. It has been interesting this month. You know, just what did we learn today? What did we learn today? We learned that no matter what you do, no matter who you are, somebody's not going to like you. Now, I'm used to not being liked, so it doesn't bother me anymore. Okay, it just doesn't bother me anymore. And again, before I leave, I'm going to give you the lesson of life today. Going through tough times is like medicine in a bottle. It doesn't do you much good. It must be taken so you may begin to heal. It may taste bad going down, but in order to benefit, it must be swallowed. So you see, everything, even when it has a bad taste to it, doesn't mean that it's bad for you. So y'all don't like Trump. At the end of historically, I think the world is going to see the United States in a metamorphosis of sorts because of Trump. I don't like everything the guy does. Again, I don't like the way but the only thing I really don't like that we're doing, I don't like the way we treat the immigrants. I mean, just going around picking people up, putting them in strip ties. I don't like that. That's a bad look. That's just a bad look for me. I just don't like it. But again, legally, I guess he can do it because that's what they're doing. And you shouldn't come here illegally, I guess, if you know. But if I'm over there, I'm trying to get here the best way I can. I'll take my chances. I'll take my chances and get there. And maybe I'll get to live for a while and do some things. And maybe I won't, but I'll take my chances on coming illegally anytime than staying in some of those S-holes that the president normally talks about sometimes. Because some of those places where these people live is an S-hole. Okay? And they don't have any opportunity to do any of the things that they get a chance to do over here. So I ain't mad at them for coming. Okay, I just don't like the fact we're treating them like dogs and cats, rounding them up and put them in the back of a van. So I ain't with that one. But again, that's what that's why they make the big dollars, to make the big tough decisions. Okay, that's what they do. I can't help them out. Anyway, well, listen, it's been a good day. So I gotta let's see, stop. Oh yeah. Well, I guess that's my clue to get out of here. But remember what I always tell you at the end of every day. It is not the falling down that gives us the strength we need to survive, but it is getting up each and every time we do. Keep getting up. If you fall, don't lay down there and feel sorry for yourself because nobody else is. Keep getting up, and you'll notice a strange thing begins to happen. you begin to get stronger, wiser, and to do things differently. So if you want to get strong, when you fall down, get back up. All right? Have a great day. And hopefully the good Lord says the same. We'll be back tomorrow. You can put it with Don. Again, tomorrow, the goal is 100 people at our show. That's our goal. So tell somebody about it. Okay, because I've been thinking about this all of the day on this. And but if I get that 100 people before the end of the month, I'll stay doing it. Other than that, I'm going to stay in bed in the morning. So anyway, I just need one day of 100 people tuning in. That's it. That's all I need. That'll motivate me. Okay? We got to go. Let's see. 100 people. That's what we need. For the month is out on one day. That's what we need. 100. That's I'm going to stay in bed and watch Mission Impossible for the 28,000th time. 28,000 times. Yeah, I'll do it. Right? So tell your people. In the morning we'll be here from 7 till 7 to 9. Anyway, I gotta go. Tomorrow, Tony Butler, I think, is gonna join us. Remember Tony? Yeah. Tony Butler, I call him TB. Okay? TB, Tony Butler, Pastor Tony Butler. PTB. Okay? See you guys later.
Thankful for